Hungry Snacks Meals in the building.
I wasn't even thinking about me being on the show. I wanted to produce something for them.
Cool celebrity. Like if I went to the mall and stuff, people are like, oh.
The thing was, I didn't even know that anybody ever thought I was ugly.
We look like twins almost.
Okay.
She really wouldn't be
Covering any more subjects related. So that's why you got the raw reaction. This is pathetic. It's pathetic. Welcome back to part 2 of the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea, and we are back with part 2. Now, they will put a copyright claim on what we were watching, but it will be available after, probably in about another hour, it'll be available. Basically, all it'll be is that I'm not going to be able to monetize the video, but it will be back up. So I expected that to happen because we were playing, music and playing stuff that's copywritten by BET, but it'll be back up. They will not strike it. It'll be a claim and it'll be able to be viewed, but just not monetized. So we just gonna keep it moving. We're gonna just keep the show rolling. So we'll wait for people to jump in the chat. But I expected that to happen. So what we was basically, we're talking about the performances. So those were my best and worst performances on part 1. Now part 2 of this video, we just gonna slide right into what the rest of my commentary was going to be about. So if you missed part 1, you got to go on over there and check out part 1 of this video, because it was fire. We did a lot of commentary. We talked about BET, best and worst, and all that. But now we gonna slide right on into there are some things that I was scrolling on Instagram, and I was like, you know what, I want my people to see this. So child, let me show y'all this mess. Yes, I am back. Yep, we just gonna jump right on into it. So on a scale of 5, with 5 being the best, rate these nails from 1 to 5. I ain't even gonna play that music because that might get me strike too. But rate these nails on a 1 to 5, child. Look at them damn nails. Look at them. They candles, y'all. Child, look at this. People is going too far for nails. Girl, no. Look at them nails. Them damn nails are goddamn candles. From a 1 to 5, child, I'm giving them a 1. They not even a 3 or 2. I'm giving them bitches a 1. Who the hell would want nails as candles and freaking lit the bitches at that? And then you playing in your hair with them damn things. You been blew that hair up because we know it's flammable. So you see she ain't got that side lit up. But she got them lit up. But she ain't got them ones lit up that she playing in that flammable ass hair with. Like, girl, no. I'm giving them bitches a 1. And somebody up here talking about 5, period. Yeah, right. And then look, this person said, all fun and games until you put the wrong hand to your head and that shit been caught on fire. Exactly. But I think that people are just going too far nowadays. Everything is all about a look. trying to get a reaction, trying to gain a reaction from people. Come on, we all know this is garbage. We're not even going to get into the fact that you can't wipe your ass with them nails. Stop telling me, ladies, that you can wipe your nails with your ass with them long ass nails. I got to keep my nails at a certain length so I can clean my behind properly. Because if there was one time that I had them long claw ass nails, and when I tried to properly clean myself, it was a challenge. I said never again. I cut them bitches off the next day because it's not going to be looks over hygiene. It's going to be hygiene over looks any day. When my hygiene got to suffer for the looks of nails, oh no, I cut them bitches off ASAP. Rapido. I cut them off. And I hear a lot of women say, oh, all you do is just wrap the tissue around and then wipe, or just use baby wipes. I'm sorry, but I'm not using baby wipes on myself constantly, wiping. And then do you dry? Like, you don't use baby wipes are wet. That's not made to use to properly clean your behind with when you take a dump or you pee. You use toilet paper, you wipe till you don't see, and then you wipe yourself, and then if some people sponge off or whatever, but you don't use baby wipes. And that's when you use a baby wipe, you got to come behind it and dry that thing too. You don't just use a baby wipe and leave it moist. That's how you get all types of infections. That's why these women pH balance is off. See, but this is why you need a mother, you need an auntie, you need a grandma. Some of these women need older women in their life, because that's why they don't know nothing about hygiene. That's why they pH balance is off. That's why they all got bacterial infections and yeast infections and all type of smells, and they using Pangea wash and using these damn steam baths and shit that yoni baths, and oh yes, it helps with smell. Girl, you shouldn't even be on social media admitting to anyone that your behind smells. You shouldn't be admitting to anyone. I be seeing these women talking about oh, that's normal. It's not. It is not normal to have an odor. A woman's body naturally cleanses itself. It cleanses itself. That's what you have a menstrual cycle for. You shouldn't be having to use douches and cleansers that have smells to mask odor. If you don't know how to clean your body, then that's because you were never taught. If you're using baby wipes and you're not coming behind yourself, drying yourself off, that's moist. That's why your pH balance is off. That's why you're getting bacterial infections. That's why you're getting yeast infections, because baby wipes are not meant for women to use in the place of toilet paper. Toilet paper, sanitary wipes, you wipe from front to back and you put that shit in the trash. You don't use wipes, moist ass baby wipes, and then don't come behind it and wipe with it. And then with nails like that, girl, bye. So that's why I always say that these young women cannot convince me that their hygiene is up to par. They cannot tell me in a million years that their behinds is getting clean with these nails. These big lottos, these boomquishas, these carishas, these city girls, these sweeties, all these women that wear these long ass nails cannot convince me that they are properly cleaning their behind. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Now, I don't know where anyone would want any type of nail. Now, these how they look without the candles. I guess, she just stuck these on top of it. But without the candles, they're just long and pointy. Girl, stop. Y'all can have it. Ain't nobody ass getting clean like that. Now, a photographer deletes images and leaves a wedding after being denied food, sparking the question, should wedding photographers be offered plates? Child, this man's wedding photographer story is sparking all the debates on the socials. The photographer shared his experience of agreeing to photograph his friend's wedding for $250 per the friend's request, despite being a dog grooming photographer. So he's not even a wedding photographer. He usually, photographs dogs. He has a dog grooming photography business. So despite being a dog photographer, he agreed to do his friend's wedding for $250. He goes on to explain that he was denied any type of food or beverage at the wedding and was also denied the option to leave the venue for a few minutes to go purchase his own food around the area. Basically, the man was hungry after working all day with the rest of the day to go, and so he wasn't having it. He proceeded to delete all of the images he captured due to being denied the opportunity to eat. So now this story has sparked a new debate on social media. Should photographers be fed? Included in the dinners at the wedding, sound off in my comments and in the chat. So, do you think that photographers should be offered plates? Now, I was not aware that photographers were not offered plates. I thought that was just basic, when you did the head count, and I know that people have to pay per head, but I thought that the DJ, the photographer, this had to be a white person. This had to be a white person because I've never heard of this happening at any black person's wedding. I always thought that the photographer, the DJ, anyone that was there outside of the guests, their plates were included. People took that into account when they did the head count. So let me know what you think about this. So Mimi says, if it wasn't agreed upon during booking, it should have not been expected. He was not a guest. He was not entitled to food or beverages. Okay. And I can get that point too, because if people have to pay, they pay per head. But I just thought that whenever people were planning a wedding, that they took that into consideration, like a few extra plates for like the DJ, the photographer, people that would happen to be at the venue working for you. Your wedding planner, your party planner, people that are on your team, on your staff, but they're not actually part of the wedding party. I mean, anything that I've ever been involved in, that's how it was. The person that was planning the wedding, they took in consideration that they might have a few miscellaneous plates. So it wasn't like to the T. They didn't, okay, I got I got 300 people or I got 200 people. So I got exactly 200 plates. They might have did 205. They might have did 5 extra ones just in case somebody shows up that, wasn't expected or wasn't on the list, or the DJ, the photographer, just miscellaneous plates. That's how, anything I've ever been a part of, that's how they did that. So it was kind of, questionable to me. I was like, well, damn, this must be white people because, they do things like that. Everything is, it's sad to say it, but black people, that's why we always broke, because we splurge and we don't budget. We never stick to the budget. We always big Willie. Okay, well, I got 200. Just do 205. Just give me 5 extras because, I might have some extra people. But it's nothing wrong with doing that because you're taking into consideration, you're thinking outside of the box. Like, hey, I might have more people. There may be other people that come. I know I got a photographer. I know I have a DJ. They're going to want to eat. Now, if you didn't want to feed the man, at least let him leave and go get his own goddamn food. Who are you to tell him that he can't go get his own food? Now, he wasn't making a big deal about it until they told him that he could not leave. Like, girl, no. Let the man leave. At least he said, okay, I'm going to go around the corner to the Mickey D's and to the Burger King, and I'm going to grab me something down at the Burger King or down at the McDonald's. And they told him that he couldn't even do that. Now, here he is going outside of what he normally does as a photographer. He doesn't even normally shoot weddings. He's a dog grooming photographer. He does dog grooming pictures. So He charged you $250 to do your wedding when that's not even something he normally does. So you couldn't even let the man go get food on his own? Like, that was a bit much. So I don't think that in this instance he was wrong for getting upset. Now, deleting the pictures, I think he went a little bit too far. Now, he says he's not really now this is his post. AITA for deleting my friend's wedding photos in front of them. Not an asshole. So he says, I'm not really a photographer. I'm a dog groomer. I take lots of photos of dogs all day to put on my Facebook and Instagram. It's my thing, if that makes sense. A cut and a photo with every appointment. I very seldom shoot things other than dogs, even if I have a nice setup. So he says, a friend got married a few days ago and wanting to save money, asked if I'd shoot it for them. I told him it's not really my forte, but he convinced me by saying he didn't care if they were perfect. They were on a shoestring budget and I agreed to shoot it for $250, which is nothing for a 10-hour event. So now see, that tells me right there, yes, it was white people because they were on a shoestring budget. So they were trying to cut corners everywhere they could cut corners. But if this man did you a favor, he's not even a wedding photographer. He's doing something for you as a favor. You couldn't feed him. But because they were on a budget, they paid per plate. So they only had enough for the people that they paid for. So if that's the case, let the man go get his own food. That's where I'm lost at. They lost me when they didn't let him go get his own food. I get if the plate was already budgeted out to belong to, people that are part of the wedding. It didn't come for him. It didn't come as part of the deal for him. Well, then let him go eat. He's shooting a 10-hour event. He got to drink. He got to eat. He got to hydrate. He got to give himself energy so that he can photograph your wedding. Now, do I think he should have deleted the photos? Absolutely not. Because this is their day. How are they going to capture those moments? They're not going to get those moments back. So I think it was petty that he deleted the photos. I would have uploaded them to a flash drive or something like that. And then been like, once I calmed down, gave them to him. So hopefully that's something that he really didn't really delete them. But it's looking like he really did delete them. I mean, all of this over food, it could have just all been avoided by letting the man go get his own goddamn food. That's where they lost me at. Like, how you don't let the man go to the McDonald's? Just let him leave and go get his own food. That was a little bit too much. All right. Now, Young Miami and Carisha, now, these are another two that it just seems that, I don't know, are they paying people to be on the Shade Room? Are they paying people to be on Neighborhood Talk? Are they paying these blogs because I guess they have, I guess because of JT being on Summer Walker's video or having a song with Summer Walker, having that little cameo or whatever. And so I guess fans and people are, trying to say that they're going solo. And Carisha's like, no, we're not. Stop asking. And so then someone else says, do y'all ask Migos this when they pop up on individual songs? Because JT is on Summer Walker's, the visual for, one of the songs that she released on her new album. And so that sparked rumors that they are separating. I mean, Young Miami has been living her best life lately. She been with Diddy and she been doing the things of the things. But just because artists do separate projects and they're a group, that doesn't mean that they're going to split. Michael Jackson did things all the time. I mean, yeah, eventually they ended up breaking up, the Jacksons. But this is a two-person group. I can't see them. They are rappers. I can't see one without the other. The only reason why JT was held down and still has a career is because of Young Miami. She would have been long forgotten and nobody even would have cared what it was given when she got out of jail if Carisha hadn't held her down while she was locked up. We all was saying free JT. She had everyone saying free JT at these concerts, at these award shows. Free JT, till she got free. Carisha held that group down. So I don't think it's fair that every time you see them doing something individual that they got to say, oh, they must be breaking up. Now, what I do think people need to have the conversation, they need artistry development. Them, like many other groups, them, like many other artists these days, they are tired, they are lazy, their performances suck. When they go to these events, they do these shows, they do these award shows, any performance, it sucks. You think they got these powerful songs, they got these songs that play on the radios, they got these twerkulator videos, they give all what they give on social media, and then they come out with these dry ass performances. And like I said, I blame the labels because they throw all this money at these artists. They give them millions of dollars in these deals, and they send them through no training, no media training, no boot camps for videos and artistry, choreography. They don't work with people anymore. They have severely cut budgets at record labels. And it's like, damn, you cut the budget so you can give these fools all this money so they can get cars and jewelry and flex on social media. No one has any real development anymore. So that's the conversation I think we need to be having. Not worrying about is they breaking up or are they going solo. No, they not going solo. If they go solo, who gonna buy anything? They want them as city girls. Don't nobody want them as Carisha and JT by themselves. They know damn well they can't go solo. They would never, because they know they could never. So that's not a conversation that we need to be having. Them girls ain't never going to break up because you cannot have one without the other. That's like salt without pepper. It would not be no salt without pepper, would not be no pepper without salt. Neither one of them can go solo. You can't have one without the other. You can't have one just by themselves. Like I said, when Carisha was alone, JT was still up there with her because it was free JT till she was free. So there is no career for either one of these ladies solo. That's not even an option. I don't think anyone would even pay it any, they would just pay that dust. No one would even take that serious. So the fans need to stop that because it wouldn't even be successful, child. Now, Nick Cannon says Mariah Carey is still mad at him for giving their kids cell phones. Now, this was interesting to me because I gave my daughter a cell phone at a young age. And even though she was 10, but I had a lot of parental locks. I still do. I do a lot of monitoring on the apps and stuff that she's on. But this was interesting to see celebrities because I've always thought that rich people and celebrities, they give their kids the world. Tablets and the high-powered cell phones. And it was interesting to see that Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey are battling over whether or not they were too young to have cell phones. So Nick Cannon is apparently in the doghouse with ex-wife Mariah Carey after he gifted their twins, Moroccan and Moreau, cell phones for their 10th birthday. In a Friday clip from his namesake talk show, The Masked Singer, host described what went down after the twins asked for phones when they were 8. I was all for it. I'm all about it. But Mariah was like, they ain't going to be Googling us. Nuh-uh. Learning all about their new brothers and sisters. No, we ain't playing. Cannon and Carey married in 2008 but separated in 2014. Their divorce was finalized in 2016. Cannon decided he could hold off until the kids turned 10, but it turns out that mom was still not on board. So on their 10th birthday, the Wild 'N Out host took matters into his own hands. We had this amazing party with jumps. Their friends came. It was so amazing, he told the audience. Then when it comes time to open the gifts, I was like, I'm going to leave these gifts right here and tell your mama I'll be back. Mariah is still mad at me to this day. Maraca and Moreau are Cannon's only children with the pop diva. He has 5 other children, 3 of whom were born this year. We're not going into all of that. So basically, he's just saying that Mariah was pissed off about it. She feels as though they're too young. What do you guys think about that? Drop it below, drop in the chat. What do you think about giving kids cell phones at the age of 10 or even under? I've seen kids come out the womb at 1, 2 years old knowing how to work a cell phone. These children are millennials. These millennial children, they are tech geniuses. They know how to work phones at the tender age of 3, 4, 5, 6 months. I'm telling you, they're born looking you right in your eyes these days. You know, back in the day when you were young and you had babies, people used to say, oh, they can't see, they colorblind. My grandma and them, oh, they can't see nothing. That baby ain't looking at you. Use a damn lie. These kids nowadays, these children nowadays, honey, they are born looking you right in your face. You take pictures of them, they looking right at the camera. Back when I was coming up, my grandparents, them kids, you don't take no pictures of them kids. You're not supposed to let them see their face. You're not supposed to let them see their images, their reflections. It was so many old wives' tales when it came to what you were supposed to do with kids with babies and everything. And so now growing up with these kids that are millennials, it's like from the time they're out the womb, they know about phones. They know about electronic devices, tablets. It's like my daughter used to be sucking her thumb and moving the screen with a pinky. Okay, she would have her thumb in her mouth and have moving the cell phone with her pinky. She'd be like that. Moving the image with her pinky. So you guys let me know what you think about that. Like, do you have children? And 10, 8, 9, do they got cell phones? Do they got tablets? And then, the conversation is that it's too much on the internet. They're exposed to too much. It's we know that it's predators on the internet, and they could be posing as children, and they think, your kids think that they're talking to other kids, but it's really predators that they're talking to. That's going to be with anything that you do in life. That's going to even be with teenagers. That's going to even be with grown people. They get catfished. All you need to be doing with this type of, you need to be explaining to the kids and letting them know what behaviors, what to look out for, what kinds of conversations they need to be having online with people. And you need to lock these phones down. You need to put parental controls on them. There should only be certain apps that there's no reason that a child should have access to the World Wide Web. Like they should have their entire access to the internet. They should just only have the games on their phone. I don't think a child that is 10 or, 8 or anything like that should be Googling anyone. I don't think that they should have that much access to the internet. So now if they do have a device, maybe it should just be a tablet, and maybe the Safari browser or the internet browser needs to be locked down, or it can only be, able to Google and search things that are age appropriate for your child. They have programs that shadow your child's device. You can put the parental app on there and put this program on there, and you're able to see everything that the child is doing. So the tablets and the phones are not meant to take the place of the parent. They are meant to entertain the child. So at the end of the day, it is your responsibility as a parent to know what your kid is doing, to know what they're watching, to know what they are a part of. So I don't think that it would be too much, because nowadays, these kids at school, you got to have a tablet. You got to have the internet. You got to have a laptop. Your kids' homework has got to be loaded up to a flash drive. They're not doing work on pens and paper and notebook. So it's just the nature of the beast. The internet is a blessing and a curse, So I get what Nick is saying on one hand, but then on the other hand, I'm surprised, because the type of celebrity that Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon, but then see, they into so many things. Nick is into so many things, and Mariah don't want her kids finding out about his crazy wild ass. But what can you do? You can't do. They're celebrities. They're in the public eye. The kids gonna grow up and they gonna find out about it sooner or later. So that just said, watch what you do. Don't get caught up and have your business out in the public. You know you got kids, you know you have children, then you need to act accordingly and you need to live your life accordingly. Basically. So you guys, this has been a very long show. We had to split it up from part 1 and part 2. Like I said, the part 1, it will be loaded. YouTube usually does that if you are playing content that has a copyright claim to it. If it's music or videos or something, BET probably has, they own the rights to the BET Hip Hop Awards. So because we were watching that, it's fair use. So they will allow it to be played, but while it's live streaming, the claim stops the live stream. So I was surprised that we made it that far. Okay. I was trying to stop and start it, but that's why I was surprised we made it that far. But at least we made it to the end and it shut off and then we was able to pick back up. But I mean everything that I say. Those performances were whack. BET, MTV, VMA, all that. They need to just do away with this shit. I mean, the shows are whack. The content is whack. The performances are whack. The only time it is giving life is when they got the 90s and the 2000s, when the artists that are from those time periods show up and perform. You see how the crowd was reacting when Nelly did his set, and even when Lil Jon made that cameo on Be A Song. That was the high point of her performance. So, that's the only time you are going to have hyped up performances is when you get the people from the 90s and the 2000s to perform, child. Other than that, these young people, all they want to do is stand on stage and be cute. They getting paid millions of dollars to stand on stage and be cute. And Lotto, I'm like really disappointed in her costumes, her hair, the wigs they're starting to look cheaper and cheaper. But every time you see her, she's pumped. She's looking good. Lotto looking good now, I'm going to tell you. But she's got more and more breasts. She's got more and more behind. And it's like they're spending their money on looking like an artist, but not performing or behaving like one. They got no stage presence. They have no routines, no choreography. It's all just standing and rapping their song. And most of the time, lip singing it. They don't give us no energy. They not off out of breath or nothing by the time they get off the stage. It's like we waste our time watching that for what? And I feel sorry for the people that review these shows. The reactors and the reviewers. Child, I started off in that arena doing reactions and I said, it's nothing to react or review. I would be saying the same thing to everything. It sucks. It has no merit. It has no value, no choreography. Boom. Now they got good songs. That song, that Big Lotto, Big D Energy, I actually like the song because it's by Mariah. It's the remake of her song Fantasy. I think she could have did a lot more with that song. They could, but again, no one working with her, no artist development, nobody over there at that label working with her. You need people that are seasoned in the industry, that know how to make a song pop, that know how to do choreography, that know how to give the image through the song. But these labels have gotten away from it because they trying to cut costs. They are slashing costs. And so they feel like we just put all the money into the artists. As long as they're, they got their social media platforms and people are following them, then they're generating a buzz. They don't care about whether or not they give a big performance. And it's just sad because it's like, what are we watching? Is this what we're resorting to? Is this what it's coming to? They give no life, they ain't out of breath, they still no sweat, still looking the same way they look when it started. No makeup, no eyeliner running, child. By the time Mary used to be done with her performances, eyeliner would be running, stocking might have caught a hole in it. Mary used to, we gave performance. Shit, MC Hammer, 357, too legit to quit, too legit to quit, shit. Bitch, we had the Running Man. By the time we were done, we was ready to fall out. And then you remember when we used to watch the awards and we used to dance. We used to try to do what the dancers was doing. When we watched their videos, we used to try to do the dances that the dancers was doing. It's none of that now. When my kids watch these shows, if they catch them, if they watch the shows, they laying in the bed looking at them on the phone. Child, when we used to watch the awards, we would be in front of the TV, standing up, dancing through the whole, trying to do all the routines, just dancing and shouting and just like we were at a concert. It was a big thing around the house when the award shows would come on. Soul Train Awards, MTV, BET, all these different awards, and we would be dancing and pop locking through the whole goddamn thing. Child. Nowadays, it's just like, I guess I'll watch it on YouTube 2 days later, or I'll stream it, I'll watch it, I'll screen record it and watch it. It's sad. It's like, child, what is the industry coming to? But they want to convince us, though, that we need people like Bia and Nicki Minaj collabs, Jessie Nelson and Nicki Minaj collabs. We need these industry plants that they want to make an artist. Okay, we got this girl Bia. We want her to be a rapper. So we're going to put her with Nicki and we're going to put her in front. It's like, because she's got a song with Nicki Minaj, she must be hot. Fuck the fact that you never heard of the bitch. Fuck the fact that she just came out of nowhere. But because she's with Nicki, you're convinced that this is something you need to be watching. This is something you need to be streaming. This is something you need to be listening to. Forget the fact that you never seen the motherfucker before. I ain't never seen this Jessie Nelson or whoever the fuck she is. Never seen her before until that day that goddamn video came out. Now, when she was in the group, she was a white woman when she was with the little mixed group. And now, she's a Caucasian black woman that has nappy curly hair that is dancing around with Nicki Minaj. That song was trash. That video was trash. And ain't nobody knew that the goddamn shit was out. We was over here talking about Tasha K. And then people get mad when you tell the truth. The Barbs get upset because they want us to say that this song, that it was fire. They want us to say that Nicki look good. They don't want us to say that she's losing weight. They don't want us to say what we really see. That she's lost a lot of weight. That this was not by far no best work, no nothing. If the song was trash, the video was trash, and her verse was mediocre. It wasn't giving energy. She gave no energy. It just was very blah. It was like something to do. I guess I'll do it since the label asked me to do it. They said this is something that I have to do. That's what it gave. It didn't give. There was no enthusiasm. It was just lackluster. I could have done without it. The world could have done without it. 3.7 million views on YouTube, of course, because people wanted to tune in and see what it was giving. Now ask me how many motherfucking streams. Is it number one? Is it top 10? Meanwhile, Cardi is out here running around, child, officiating weddings. Now she's ordained as a minister. She was in the zoo. She's running around here doing all her little, that show she got, Cardi does, and she's doing all these little different, things of the things. Nicki out here just trying to invent careers for people. Bia and Jessie Nelson. People, who the fuck are these people? Let's just throw Nicki on the track. Girl, Nicki. But like I said, that's what the Barbs, they want us to believe, and they get mad because we don't want to go along with this fuckery. We don't want to go along with these lies. That the song is trash, the video is trash, and it was all a bunch of bullshit. Like, girl, no. And y'all better ask y'all fave, Did she secretly get vaccinated? Because there was this big ass to do that she didn't want to go to the Met Gala because she didn't want to get vaccinated. When I heard from a little birdie and I heard otherwise, that actually her invitation was rescinded. It wasn't that she didn't want to go. They said she couldn't go. They rescinded her invitation, but that's what I heard allegedly. Who knows if it's true or not? But how is it that it gave... You didn't want to go to the Met Gala because you didn't want to get vaccinated. And then it was all this, oh, Nikki doesn't want to take the vaccine. And now they wanted to lie about Jen. But now we see you hosting Real Housewives of Potomac. You ain't got no mask on. You're standing next to Andy Cohen. He ain't got no mask on. And the requirements to be at these studios and film these shows is that you're vaccinated. So it's giving Nikki got the vaccine. It's giving she been probably had got vaccinated. And it was just a bunch of bullshit that she was scheming and scamming on the internet, trying to divert from this issue, this Kenneth Petty situation. Because how is it that you're hosting the Real Housewives, you ain't got on no mask? Okay, so yeah. But like I said, the barbs will have us believe that Nicki Minaj, the government is after her. They want to make her get vaccinated. She didn't want to do it. So they making up all these lies and using Jennifer to do it. You know, forget the fact that Jennifer was already out with her story prior to COVID vaccines even being in effect. Like, girl, stop. But we can go back and forth all day about this mess. So you guys, this has been another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries. I'm just telling you guys to think for yourself. You can like who you want to like. I'm really sick of the barbs. I'm really sick of people just because I have an opinion about Nicki Minaj that y'all want to push a narrative that I hate Nicki Minaj. I don't understand where grown people, men, women, especially men, where they get off, wanting to browbeat another female because she doesn't like Nicki Minaj. I have my opinion. I don't have to like Nicki Minaj. You like Nicki Minaj, we still, at the end of the day, we still should be able to be cordial. We still should be able to be cool. Just because I don't like Nicki, that doesn't mean that I'm hating on her. She want to host a Real Housewives? Host it. But don't put these artists in my face and play in my face like this shit is good music. When y'all know, y'all reaching. Y'all want it so bad for her. Y'all want it more than she wanted her fucking self. Y'all know that song is trash. Y'all know that goddamn video is trash. And y'all don't know who a goddamn Jessie Nelson is or was. And you still don't know who the fuck she is. So that's all I got, you guys. I ain't got no more. This has been another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And be sure to share this content. For all the people that are joining the channel, I thank you so much. All the people, all the new subscribers, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. This is an awesome community of subscribers. We are very supportive of one another. Your thoughts, your opinions are welcome here. You're welcome to put your opinions and your thoughts in the chat and in the comments. You won't be kicked out for having your own opinion over here. You can like who you want to like. You can have your own opinion. We will not kick you out. This is not a cult or a gang. Now, we call ourselves the Sweet Pea Gang, and we are a family, but everyone has their own opinions, and you guys are entitled to that. I thank you for your undying love and your constant support of the Sweet Pea Diaries. We are on the road to 10K. We are almost at 9K. So let's just keep getting those numbers up. Keep sharing the videos, and you guys keep subscribing. Until next time, y'all. Bye.